There we go. Okay. We have the wrong one. Is that the right window? Yeah, okay, it's the right window. Okay, cool. So I know it's the right window. Okay, so we have... what do we got? We got 1, 2, 3... Got 6 trips left to finish up this mining site. And I believe this is the last thing I need. Yes, because I used a point to add in the security station already. Here. That was more important. How's it going, 22? How are you doing today? I was just checking. I have 6 trips before we finish our mining outpost. And then I can actually start my first colony. My first actual asteroid base. And then I got my security system up and running. That's what we started out last week. That's where we ended off, was trying to get this security facility online. I got that online yesterday. And then today I got the little bits and bobs that take forever to collect. So yeah, the colony is going by quite nicely. Due to lack of time, it's a little slow. And unfortunately, the worst part is I still have to use this mining colony on the ground up here, because it's the only place I can get the resources I need. At least until I get my first asteroid base online. Once that's online, I should be able to get at least basic materials here. When I start to get the advanced stuff, like the industrial components or whatever, I'm going to have to go chase those down. But we should be able to get at least our aluminum, steel, titanium, copper, that kind of stuff in system. And that'll speed up development extremely quickly. I still might need another security base, considering how much development I want to put into the system. Because I want to have at least 3, if not 4, space stations. So, it's going to take some serious development to do that. Yes, I did. And it ended up that when I placed it by the primary star, it didn't put it in its own orbit. It put it in the closest orbit to the sun. It said right there on top of the sun. And the closest orbit to the sun happened to be the asteroid belt. I'll tell you in a second. Let me get back. We're cruising. By the time you get back from ads, I will be landed on my planet in Pachimo. Because you're looking at about a minute and a half ads. So that works. Wish I had enough clout to be able to disable ads, though. That'd be so nice. But I don't think I don't have that ability. I don't got enough viewers and stuff, which is a shame. Okay. get to my next planet. So we can grab the next resources we need. And then we'll be good to go. I mean, it's just time consuming at this point, really. Okay. There's more. Alright, there we go. Alright. In we go. So I was going into that sun, we're okay. Ah, welcome back. So, what I was saying, when I placed it on the closest to the sun point, and instead of putting it between the asteroid belt and the sun, the asteroid belt was so close to the sun, it put it in the asteroid belt. Because that's like 5 light seconds or something stupid like that from the sun. It is stupidly close to the sun. Way closer than I thought. So, it just dropped it right there in the asteroid belt. I'm like, okay, I can live with that. So, and the first asteroid base, I'm probably going to put at the next belt out in that second belt ring. And put it there. Because going to that first one, while it's not bad, it is annoying. Don't get me wrong. I still want to put an asteroid base there. Excuse me. But it's going to be a nuisance to do so. Because it's just on top of the sun. But hey. That'll probably be the last one I install. Because once I get the rest of them up and running, I get the rest of the facilities online. No, I didn't lose a slot. But, it just tucked it in the next ring. You know, the next orbit that could take one. I don't know how they handle that. It's kind of weird. I think it's got a certain number of just ghost slots. Because I don't think it took it from anywhere else. So, I don't know. I do know that I can only have just so many orbital facilities, regardless of where they go in the system. So, I may not be able to add one somewhere in orbit of some like moon or whatever. But that's okay. It doesn't matter because the most important part is having at least one security base. That's the important part. Because now I have a medium security system. Once we get this done, we'll build the starbase, and then we'll build that ground station. I'm not gonna worry about it anyway, either way. I'm not gonna worry about it anyway. It's not really anything I care about. Because the only ones that, in the system, the only orbital spots that I care about I'll show you. system. How many people live in your solar system now? Let's look. We're up to 10,450. Not too bad. I have medium security because of that new base, which is fantastic. However, the only ones that I'm going to have that matter to me is this one, these two in the asteroid belts, this asteroid belt slot, and this planetary slot. Those are going to be, these two are going to be asteroid bases. I don't know what this is going to be. I don't know what kind of station that one's going to be. One of these three is going to be a large station, a tier 3 station. So either this guy, or either this one or this one. I'm leaning towards this one. And that's going to be in that space. And then these two, here and here, are going to be a bar and a tourist location. At the tourist location, I need to have a ground side tourist location. And the bar, we're good to go. I can build the bar if I want. So the tourist location on the ground is going to be probably this one. This one's got geysers. And up at a tourist location, I'll put a starport down here with the water geysers. And then the rest of these carbon dioxide geysers, don't care. No volcanism. I think these are all cold. Yeah, those are all dead. I don't think these are anything up here. For thermal activity, I think these are all devoid of it. The iron magma, that's up at the refinery and stuff there. Refinery and extractors there. But yeah, so this is probably going to have a starport and the tourist location for the ground. So I put the tourist location here with the bar, and then the other station over here. Yeah, no, that's this station right here. My security station. Most of them that's where they came from. So, and the one we're currently working on, again, it's not going to be big. It's going to be a couple thousand people. But once we're done with this one, and we actually install, we actually can get that asteroid base installed. At that point, I can support like 1 billion people on the asteroid base. I'll probably only get a couple 100,000, but it'll slowly build up. Once all the bases are in, because I'm doing at least 4 big stations, maybe 5, but at least 4. If I can, then I'll have like billions of people, which would be amazing. Okay, so we need from here liquid oxygen, and I need a full load. And we're moving. So yeah, no, it's not bad. It is a lot of materials. That asteroid base is going to be insane, material-wise. I'm looking at that level 1 starport, and it takes a lot of materials. But the bases, they take like 200,000 tons or something like that. So, 1 or 200,000 tons. It's gonna take me a week or 2 every day to grind that bad boy out. It's gonna take a while. If you ever want to write joke history about your colony, I'm keeping notes. You're keeping notes about my ramblings about the colony. Wow. Okay. At the moment, I'm trying to figure out what I want to call everything. Writing-wise, I'm actually tied up right now with my Hero Quest game that my players are playing, because I'm building some more robust rules for them for that, because they're farther along skill-wise than Hero Quest basically allows for. And I'm writing up some rules to make it more interesting for them. Not quite as advanced as like D&D or whatever, but more robust, to give them some actual character development over time. And the ability to pick up, new abilities or whatever. As well as the ability to gain hit points and mind points, because, it gives them a little more longevity and standing power. Yeah, we found it March 8th. It's on the 14th. And we're making progress. If all goes well, either today or tomorrow, we'll start the very large workload of loading up that station. Let's getting it started. Just finished up a mini campaign, regular group. Oops. Mini campaign, regular group couldn't meet up for 7 sessions. Wow, that sucks. So they ran a small campaign. We've done that before. Because we had a core group of about 9 people at one point. Years ago. And we had 3 different campaigns going at one time. I think it was 3 for the 9 people. Because there was one campaign that when everybody showed up, we ran that campaign. And then we had another one for when most everybody showed up. And then we had a third one for when our core group of like 4 or 5 of us showed up. Yeah, it was 9. It was, yeah. So it's like, 5, 7, 9 type thing. But yeah, no, it was fun. We always had like spare characters just in case somebody showed up and it's like, oh, I want to play. I just want to play. Okay. Here, take this NPC and you can play that one now. But we used to do that a lot. Yeah, today I finished writing up for them the shop inventory, and because I'm tweaking that, and I finished writing up the leveling chart, and I finished writing up. That's about it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Reminds me I need to check their levels. They might actually be ready for, I don't know which experience they have now. They're going on adventure, I think 6 in this new system? But I don't think they're going to get an adventurer rank before the end of this adventure. I think they get it, because I think we have adventurer ranks too, and I think they're going to get their adventure at the end of the adventure. Of 10 missions. 3 people with modern hunting weapons. Modern hunters appeared in the Greyhawk world, basically. That's true, they did. We're able to get back home by helping Sacred Grove Village and a gypsy tribe dealing with a goblin stronghold and an orc stronghold in an area, also saving a dwarf. That sounds grumpy. There's Robert. I don't like the name of all of that it's randomly chosen for my places. They did a good job. We had that. We had an adventure where, because our main campaign was using a hybrid system between 2nd edition D&D and GURPS. And one adventure we decided to include critical hits. But because we were using a GURPS-based system, it allowed you to critically hit and critically fail. So, this was interesting. Our archer decided that they were going to attack a hill giant. The hill giant was at optimal range for the bow. Fired, but they used aim shot. Then they fired. Because of all that, they had a critical hit. The hill giant critically failed its defense roll. So it had 2 criticals on the crit chart. That one basic 1d8 arrow, which does 1d6 against a large creature, decided to puncture a lung or a heart or something like that. I forget what it was. Anyway, it was a bleed out fatal attack. One shot from our super OP sniper archer. Yeah, that did not go how the DM thought it was going to. The DM did not expect that adventure to go that way. And that whole adventure from that point forward was a complete comedy of errors. I mean, we decapitated more creatures than I care to count. We limbed more creatures than I care to count. No one in our party got seriously injured, which was kind of weird. But, yeah, no, that was a very strange adventure. And we decided never to use that particular set of tables again. We threw them out. No, this is too much. Because doing that one combination attack with the giant took like 30 minutes of figuring out the numbers and the rolls and what the modifiers were for everything and so on and so forth. Then I spent like an hour interrogating him afterward. No, it was a good time. And the party we had was not our full party, thank goodness. Otherwise, it would have taken 3 hours to interrogate this guy. Get off that, get off, go. Yeah, I know. But if I'd gone on that trajectory, I would hit the planet. I've done that way too many times in this station. It's really annoying. Skipping off the planet messes up your drive bad. How's it going, Worm? What you up to? No, not loop of shame in this case. In this case, I was trying to avoid skipping off the planet. The planetary atmosphere, if you're at certain angles, will kill your FTL drive, and you have to wait the whole 90-second recharge in the bounce of shame. Or skip of shame. You're bouncing off the planet's atmosphere. It's terrible. I have done that so many times. Going into certain planets. And this particular station, I've done that several times. How are you doing tonight? It's been a few days. What you up to? Anything good? Does that or does it not require looping around to correct? Oh no! Don't get me wrong. What? Oh no! Hold on. Please hold. I must be connected to the server. Hold on. Come on, it's my server. I noticed it's been lost. I think I lost the server. Alright, hold on. I'm going to change my scene real quick. I'm going to try and reset the game. Go ahead and keep talking. No, if you bounce off the atmosphere, it's not a loop of shame. You actually have to wait for your FTL drive to reset, which takes upwards of 2 minutes, usually about 95 seconds, about 90 seconds, in order to recharge or reset. Then you can charge your drive. You have to pitch 90 degrees away from the planet, go up, get above the derp range, and once you're above derp, then you can actually angle towards your actual target and go in for wherever you're trying to dock. It's actually better to take a little bit of a corkscrew in order to avoid it, like I did, than it is to plop in there and whatnot, because it takes a lot less time for you to reset that. You have to overshoot and come back. Okay, let's get caught up. Alright. I was like, wait a minute, I think it's still having issues. Hold on. Let's see if it loads. Back to my scene. You can watch the loading screen with me. Should be loading. That's a splatter of shame. Avoiding it is a loop of shame. No. Loop of shame is when you... This happens to everybody when they're not using the... maybe. We're looking. When you're not using the Super Cruise Assist module and you're going way too fast, you overshoot whatever your target is, and you have to go all the way down and come back. That is your loop of shame. Oh, cool. We're out of range, but at least it looks like it's functioning. So, it does look like we're back, which is good. No, that's the loop of shame. So when you overshoot and you have to, because you're oversped and you have to come back. That is definitely the loop of shame. Been there, done that a few times. So with this freighter, this T9 that I have, I always use the Super Cruise Assist. It's just so much easier to do it that way. Yeah, sure, you lose a couple of tons of... I use I think it's a 2-ton slot, a Type 2 slot, which does nothing in cargo for this thing. It's like 2 tons of cargo, whatever. It's not even worth talking about, to be honest. But, you know, it is what it is. But it's okay. Yeah, I know, the game decided to panic, so I had to restart it, but it's okay. Looks like we're good now. It's not the loop of shame. See, in order to prevent yourself from bouncing off the planet, we do what I like to call the corkscrew of sadness. That's what I like to refer to it as, the corkscrew of sadness. Alright. Transfer. We need 52 oxygen left. And then we can get the steel and the titanium. And then we can at least commission the start of my first asteroid base. And then watch me cry as I realize how many resources it requires. Oh, not a planetary landing, I see now. Used to avoid the planet to corkscrew to slow down. Not really to slow down. The station was in line with the derp line, where you drop into the planetary atmosphere for the glide. And if you're too close to that derp line, and you're going too fast, you'll bounce off, and it puts you to a complete stop, and you have to reset your jump drive. So to avoid that, you do a corkscrew to get enough altitude to come back down. You can also do a parabolic jump, but with my flight stick and this ship, the parabolic jump isn't as safe of an option, so I try to avoid it. I do that around suns, where I have more time. But then that was forced to buy a memorial mug. Yeah, no kidding. No, that was me on a planet ages ago. I haven't face planted a planet to my death in a long time. Mandy came close a few times. Oh my goodness. The worst one. I don't know if you were here when I did that. Maybe just me late at night. But I had a face plant when I was out exploring, and I almost became a wreckage on the ground. Oh, it's an ad break. Alright, it's good. I'll explain the wreckage face plant in a minute. Yeah, ads are fun, I get it. Nothing I can do about that. Nothing I can do about ads. Ads are the one things I can't touch. Y'all, though, can. Because that's something you can fix. You can fix that. I can't. Let's see now. Where's my planet? Where's my planet? Where's my planet? There's our planet. There's our planet. So yeah, we're getting close to having our mining outpost done. once that's done, we get to do the cry of shame and sadness as we look at the actual requirements to build our asteroid base. And I might just decide to put the asteroid base on hold. We can hear you again now. Yay! I was just saying, once I get my asteroid base kicked off, I might hold off and do my ground spaceport first instead. Not because I need the points, but because it takes less resources. I might decide to do that. I don't know. It all depends on how many resources the asteroid base takes and how willing I am to cry a river to get it done. I do know that once it's done... What in the world is up with this today? This is bad. This is the worst I've had. This is the worst it's been in a while. It's not a storm in my area that I know of. Is there? Oh, my network. Ah. Alright. Let's move back to the sun. Fixed colonization. Messed up something else, maybe? Nah. Odds are, Maw of Adder is a connection loss. Honestly, hold on. Yep, I will have issues all night. There's a major stuff moving in Mississippi Valley and headed to the East Coast Sunday. Not sure. I am actually farther north than that part of the storm. We're gonna get it on Sunday, but I won't be streaming. But how are you today, Kwammer? What you up to? What is this thing you have on your tag? I have never seen this tag before. Oh, it's a Twitch Recap logo. Okay, cool. I haven't seen that one yet. How are you doing tonight? No, the storm's not going to hit us until like Sunday. Late Sunday, I think. It's likely just somebody hit a power pole around here, and that's messing up my internet. So things are being a little wonky. Good, just did my finances. Yeah, no, I'm doing that in a couple weeks. I get to go see my accountant to do my finances. Everything's good to go. I just my accountant take care of it. That way if anything goes wonky, especially this year, considering what's going on, I ain't playing games. Let the accountant deal with it. Anything goes wrong, they'll cover it. It's easier to do it that way. But yeah, no. Nah, I just bounced off their server again. It's fine though. So where we are, we have 3, 4, 5. We have 5 trips, and we've finished our mining outpost. Then we can start we can actually place the station location for our asteroid base. Then I'm probably gonna cry in my tea, what's left of it, when I see those resource requirements. And that'll either be tonight or tomorrow, when I'll be crying in my tea. And at that point, I will decide whether I want to finish the ground port or just go for the spaceport first. Because the ground port's partially done. It's just not complete. I am in a T9. This is a T9. I also own a T8, which you'll see more commonly for people doing lighter runs, lighter loads. But the T9 is the best freighter. Unless you're talking about like the Corvette or something. That's a little different. That thing's a monstrosity. I could buy one. I just don't have the skills. Federation Corvette. I actually could. I can afford it. But unfortunately, I haven't gotten around to doing the ranking. Oh, my Fed rank's back down to 89%. Because I'm not doing anything. But T9's cool. Moderate loadout. Oh, sorry. Large capacity loadout. You get about 720, depending on how you load it out. Now, loadout wise, I can't show you this one. But loadout wise, I have a 6. Yeah, I've got a 6A or a 6B shield. And all the rest of my large slots are all cargo. So, yeah, I better recover. There are a lot of people who use the vet and the cutter as large-scale transports because they have that one huge slot that you can use that you would normally shove a shield in, and they put a smaller shield in so they can use those large slots for cargo. Where most people make a mistake on the vet or the cutter, if they're gonna retrofit it for cargo, is they keep their max size shield. And if you're doing cargo, you don't need it. Just take it down to a 6. And a 6A or 6B. And that's more than enough shield. Especially in relatively safe systems. Liquid oxygen. 52. So there's my liquid oxygen. Now if you're doing combat, oh heck yeah, you go straight to the top. You get the largest, most advanced shield you can get. But if you're just doing cargo, you don't need it. You really don't. Steel. Fill up my steel. And we're good to go. Now, I've never used a T10. Another thing I ever hear anybody say they use T10s for anymore is those fighting missions that are like super high endurance. Bruh, grab the chieftain, throw all the hull and module reinforcements on it. Chieftain? I don't know. I've never seriously looked at a chieftain. To be honest. It's not one I've ever looked at. And if you're doing combat, there are several really good high-end ships for that. Though if you're doing like AFK combat, it's always a T10. T10 with turrets and autogunners. That's the way it works. I don't do combat too much. Though I probably will with my system. Because I don't want it to be independent. I actually want to have a power in it. So I'll probably do power play for my system to bring a power of influence in. But we'll see about that. I haven't decided yet. Okay, but for real, the Chieftain is nearly peak combat ship. If you have a team willing to actually engage and help, you can outfit the Chieftain with almost entirely flat cannons. Yeah, I've heard that before. Get in, nice close range, poke, poke. Yep. No, I've heard that before about a Chieftain. Just give it the largest shield it can take, and then give it all armor mods. Yeah, I've heard that before. That's actually a pretty good combo for group play. I don't know how good it is for individual combat, but I've heard it's good for group play. I usually stick to freighter missions, but when I do decide to do a faction power in my system, to bring in a power play in, I'll have to have a good combat ship. I mean, I have a Python 2, and I got ejected from the game again. This feels like it's going to be a trend tonight, but I know why it's doing it. I know why. I'm actually surprised nothing else is acting up. Oh, really? So maybe it is something actually on their end and not mine. Which is probably more annoying. I just logged in, the launcher's just fine. Well, the launcher is irrelevant. Oof. Why do we oof? Oh, probably because I've crashed out again. Yeah, it doesn't show up on this screen. Let's see, that's faster. Ugh, never. I will never touch that game. Never. Honestly. Best setup for a system I've seen is have an anarchy faction. With as many of the ground settlements as possible, but have no influence. Easy looting. Yeah, but the thing is, I own everything. It doesn't matter. I own it all. It's all mine. All I had to do was threaten the install. Threaten install. Okay, that's funny. I threaten you with Star Citizen and you work. Yay! I don't have one. I missed the whole fleet carrier trend that started five or so years ago. So I never actually got one. I mean, I could get the money for it, but I came in at the end of the last Thargoid invasion, and I knew colonization was next. So I made sure I had all the ships that I needed to be able to colonize efficiently without having a carrier. And I had like, oh, hon, you got a long way to go. I mean, I've got, what, 2.5 bill, and it's like 10 bill to buy and maintain for the first month or something stupid like that. It is a ton of money. The base carrier is about 5 billion. Then it's another 2 billion or so to outfit it. And then it's like, when it's fully outfit, it's I don't know. All I know is that if you're gonna touch a carrier, you need, if you're gonna have a carrier that's actually well fit, reasonably fit, it's you want 10 bill in the bank. Because everything's expensive and whatnot. Ah! Yeah, PTN. That is a great network. They'll get you the money. They will get you money through either trade missions or through wing mining missions. And you can make billions in a couple of weeks as a casual player. It's pretty easy to work with. I don't know if we get conked out again. Ah! Oh no, it went orange. See about outfitting one of my ships for hauling long distance. That's without doing booze cruise. That is true. Booze cruise is one of the fastest ways to make money, but that only happens about once a month, once every couple of months. And they can get that lined up. That takes a while to line up. But they also do excursions out for, it's either once a month or once every other month, depending on how everything lines up. I think it's like 4 to 6 weeks. And then they also do Guardian POI missions. And they do a couple other like POI runs for scenery and money and loot and stuff. Well, I know I'm not going to get my station tonight if it's going to keep this up. I know that. I'm going to finish the station tonight if this keeps up. This is the one feature I don't like when they moved the solo game onto the server. Because that happened, about 3 years into the game, 4 years into the game? When they moved that the solo game had to be attached to the transaction server. Because it used to have like a window where it could be blacked out, so it could be intermittent for a while. But unfortunately, there was a little bit of hacking going on the PC side of the world. So they'd put it into that state, and they'd hack it. And make all the logs look valid. So they did even the solo to be fully transactional. Which makes cases like this, when it's being a little past, quite annoying. So aside from my problems, how are y'all doing? Because it is definitely, being grumpy. Hey! What system am I in? Alright, that's fine. There we go. I think we're back for 10 seconds. We'll see how this goes. Oh, don't. Don't do that. Don't count down to my demise. Please, you're not helping. I know. It is what it is. There we go. Alright. I just need to do... Okay, maybe over here. Hello? Hello? Well. Okay, so that is functional. But I don't know. I think it's got the wrong mic. No, this thing is... My computer is acting really, really stupid. So, I am going to do a complete restart. I'll probably be playing something else. So, I will be back in about 5 minutes or so. So watch for me to come back online. If you have not followed, go ahead and follow so that you know when I come back online. It looks like I got several things going weird. So I'm going to restart my whole computer. I'll be back in a few minutes.